afternoon to you. Welcome to another edition of Valley Spotlight, and happy Sunday. Middle of the summer, just about. I hope your summer is going fantastic. I know ours is going pretty good as well, or pretty well. I guess that's how you say it. You got to use the right grammar. We're going to check in with Lauren in just a little bit and find out how her little trip, her little vacation is going. But first, I want to tell you a couple of things before we get started about the Grand Resort. Two things that are new for the Grand Resort in case you're thinking about coming up, and both of these are open to the local community. First of all, they have a new barbershop. How fun is that? Now, members get a little bit of discount pricing, but if you're a guy and you want to get if you are looking for somewhere else, maybe to get your hair did, as they say, we can do that. I think haircuts are right around $20 or so. So if you come to the Grand Resort, on the right, there's an entrance that goes down in, and it's right there in the fitness center, and it's really cool. I hope you check it out, and we're going to do a story on that in the future. Also, our medical rejuvenation business has already begun. If you are someone that likes the Botox thing or the fillers, that's just the beginning. Wait till you find out what these machines can do using space-age technology and lasers that only the Kardashians are used to. And that's all right here at the resort too. So we'll have stories on that in just a little while in the future shows as we go. Stories for this week, though, well, let me tell you, I talked to a really cool kid at the Steppin' Out Dance Center who's heading to nationals, and we'll tell you why he's been so popular and so successful. Also, Mark Canzonetta is in Pesto's Test Kitchen, but we're doing it at the bar this time. We're going to shoehorn ourselves in and show you some spritzers for the summertime. Kelly Warren is going to talk about pools and why it's a good idea, or maybe not such a good idea for you if you're buying or selling your house. And there's a new restaurant in town called the Mac House. It looks like a chain, but it's not. It's from a local family. I'll introduce you to the gang that's doing that, and if you're in the Canfield area, you probably already know. All right, for a couple of reasons I'm out here by the pool. One, it's really nice, and it's summertime, and it's great. Two, because I'm a little bit jealous, and Lauren is down in Florida. So let's peek in on her and see what's going on down there. Lauren, take it away.
Well, hello there, Mike. Thank you so much for holding down the fort in Ohio. I am down here in Fort Myers, Florida, enjoying some time with my family, and I can just say this. Honestly, I don't think we've had a better vacation ever. It's just been so long since we've seen each other, and super glad that my family is all able to get down here and be at my parents' place, so considering ourselves very fortunate these days. Anyway, we still have quite a show for you, and Hurricane Elsa has slowly moved up the coast, so we're very glad that everybody's still safe and healthy down here, but such a show for Valley Spotlight, and so many people from the Valley come down here to Fort Myers, and now I understand why. But I had a chance to catch up with Carl Angiuli. It is all about like house plants these days, and some of those, potted things that continue to grow forever and ever. And then there's something called an air plant. I learned so much this week, and I had the chance to go visit El Torero on Elm Road in Warren, Ohio, a Mexican restaurant that has been there for so many years, and we're going to explain why they've had so much success even during COVID. And Sean Posey takes us to a memoriam exhibit at the McDonough, and there's so much to get to, Mike, and I can't wait to see some of the stuff that you've put together too.
All right, Lauren, thank you very much. We'll check in with you in just a little bit. But let's kick off the show with this. And when I say kick, that's kind of what I mean here. It's always cool when somebody sees something in you that maybe you don't. And that's the case for a young man named Jayden from Girard, who tap danced his way to a huge trophy and it's opening doors. This fancy footwork has him off to the national championships. That's the sound of tap dancing to us, but it's the sound of negativity being released to Jayden Edington.
Dance has brought something out of me because people have thoughts about you, but dance brings all the negative energy you put out there on the floor, so it brings something out of you.
And it brings out the best in Jayden, a male dancer in a mostly female world.
Yes, it's very different because you have to lift a bunch of girls, you have to do a bunch of different things that's different from the girls.
But dancing's not all he can do with his feet. You should see him on the track for Girard.
I broke records in the high jump and the 400.
But this might be his future.
Because he was only like 6 years old. Okay. So he was able to just pick up really quick, and his entertainment value is really what makes him so special.
It's been almost 10 years since he started, and there was a point when he needed to crank it up a notch.
There was a couple years where he got a little like, I have to kind of work a little harder because the cute factor wasn't always everything. So that's when he started realizing, okay, the technique part of this, I really need to step it up. And once he kind of felt that and felt comfortable in like that own skin of being that tapper that everyone loved to watch, he was able to find the technique. He was able to find the entertainment value, which was phenomenal.
My feet, I had to work on my feet a lot, and then I had to work on how I portray myself on the stage.
You just stop what you're doing and you just watch him because it's just really entertaining.
And recently, Jayden just did something special. He received a perfect score, a 300 from the judges in the last competition. That's the first time the Steppin' Out Dance Studio had one in the last 20 years, and it even surprised him.
I definitely was. I was not prepared for that. I thought I did good, but I didn't know I did that good.
And then?
I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, what happened when they told you?
I ran up to that stage because we were sitting in the back, so I ran up to the stage because I wasn't prepared for it.
Seeing his love for dance, seeing his passion that he has, so much just ease. It wasn't hard. It wasn't like he was forcing anything, forcing the entertainment value. His sounds, so when he taps, are very clear, but the passion he had was what shined through.
And now Jayden and the Steppin' Out team are heading to the Nationals in Hershey, where expectations may be elevated, but reality reminds us they're just kids.
We didn't have a Nationals last year, so he was not able to do this dance. So this is something where I don't want him to stress about the award or the trophy. I just want him to enjoy it because he does love to dance and he loves to tap. And I've seen him grow from age 5 all the way up to now age 14, and it's like, what are you going to be like when you're age 18? What are you going to be like when you're 25? So to see him just grow in these last few years, I just want him to have a good time and enjoy himself and just show what he can do on the stage.
Focus on myself, don't let anybody stand in front of me or get in my way, and focus on the stage and getting what's needed to be done.
Can you do it again?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that?
Because dance it's not easy, but like you just let it come, you gotta let it flow as you go on stage.
That's a good one. He can do amazing like leaps too.
And how cool is this? The poster to talk about all the tournaments and dance competitions coming up has a picture of Jayden right on it. There it is. That is really neat. So good luck to Jayden and the rest of the Steppin' Out dance team. They head to Nationals today in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we'll hope to give you an update maybe on the next show. Fingers crossed. Break a leg, you guys, that everything goes great. All right, when we come back, who doesn't like a cool, refreshing drink in the summertime? Well, Mark Canzonetta is going to make them for us and explain what's behind a spritzer when we come back. Valley Spotlight on this Sunday. I hope you're enjoying it. We'll be right back.
The Major League affiliated Mahoning Valley Scrappers are back. Bring the family back for Buck Nights, great giveaways, weekend fireworks, and even more fun than ever. We can't wait to see you. Tickets, sponsorship, info, and more at
mvscrappers.com.
River Rock at the Amp is back for 2021. All summer long, we've got the greatest tribute bands around. Visit riverrockattheamp.com for the complete schedule and get your tickets online, at the door, or at the Sunrise Inn in downtown Warren. At RC Compounding, their team of pharmacists specialize in erectile dysfunction therapies that don't have to cost an arm and a leg.
It's becoming more and more comfortable to talk about these things. And we're not doctors, but we're pharmacists. But you can call and talk to us and we will tailor something to you. We will reach out to your doctor. We'll collaborate with you, collaborate with your doctor. We compound a specific drug for a specific patient.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Marco's Test Kitchen down in downtown Youngstown, Bistro 1907.
It is, Mike. How you doing?
Marcus is here. I am great. It's summertime.
It is. God bless.
This is right up our alley.
It's spritzer time.
It's spritzer time, and you don't have to turn in your man card to drink one of these.
Absolutely not.
It's okay to have a spritzer.
Because,
if you're a dude.
on these long summer days, you're typically out with friends and you're out there a little bit longer, so it's more of a marathon than a sprint to the finish.
See that? See that?
That's a pro tip.
There you go. What is a spritzer?
A spritzer is nothing more than an effervescent cocktail. So typically driven by either our friend Mr. Club Soda, or by these lovely new things, and hide the branding, but these beautiful spritzers, alcoholic spritzers that we have out on the market.
There are plenty of them.
It's really overtaken beer almost, because guys can drink these comfortably, women drink these, and it's universal, the appeal, because you can drink these on a cold, hot day, and you're not going to get inebriated.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Or you might.
Or you might. Even
too.
so,
You gotta be careful.
make sure you stay at home, or remember, Uber.
Yeah, good driver. All right, we're gonna make 3 different kinds.
We're actually gonna make 6 today. We're gonna make 2.
6 kinds.
Yes.
And
6 times.
2, 2, and 2.
2, 2, and 2. We're gonna start off with, some classic, a lemon spritzer. So if you want to frost the glasses, please, first.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind
talk
of
about this. This is the froster.
Yes, it's the Thrill Machine from Steel Light International.
How
do
long
one
do you
more to
go
get,
for?
do twice to be happy. And I'll hand you this one.
Should
Do
I
that
have,
one, Tice?
Does it do that when you're done?
Yes. So we're gonna put these inside of here. A couple of these beautiful artisanal square large cubes, because what we like about these beautiful cubes, and you can buy the molds, they're anywhere now. You can buy the molds anywhere. They don't melt very fast. So you can have this drink for a long time, because alcohol typically, the technical term is it burns the ice, which means it melts the ice.
Okay.
So if you want to put a couple cubes in there, Mike.
Sure. All right, 1.
Yeah, 1.
I'm scared I'm gonna break the glass.
If you do.
Yeah, we got more.
So we are going to make, I'm going to have you put about a tablespoon of the blood orange in there.
This is our blood orange
Puree.
Blood
orange
this drink
puree.
is the blood orange spritzer,
Yes,
though?
blood orange spritzer. That's good. And then we're going to add, depends on the mood. If you've had a long day, maybe like a 3 or 4 count. So we'll just put about a 3 count in there. All right?
Yeah.
I think that's good. And what I want to do now is I'm going to top that with some pink champagne, some rosé champagne. And that is going to become our beautiful spritzer. Pour down the side.
I didn't even know they still had pink champagne.
Of course, it's one of my favorites, rosé
Great.
champagne. And we're just going to garnish that with a beautiful blood orange.
Okay, just float it?
Just float it.
Okay.
Yeah, just put her in there, just like that. And now we're going to make, my family tradition. My friend Dominic Mazzari is a master limoncello maker. So we have this homemade limoncello that's absolutely amazing. So we're going to make a lemon strawberry spritzer. So Mike, if you want to put 6 or 7 strawberries in there.
Okay. And we're just using our hands
So this is like an adult version of strawberry lemonade that you would get at your favorite restaurant or at your favorite fair.
Okay.
So now we're going to pour a liberal amount of cello. 2, 1003, 1004. And now we're going to top that. We're just going to go with a little bit of club soda.
Okay.
And club soda is really important because first, you can use Perrier, you can use sparkling water, you can use, what I would say is, I would use a quality one. Fever Tree is by far the best sparkling water on the market.
Okay.
And then we have some others, like there's this one from Italy, Acqua Orsini, which is a great product as well. But we're just going to top this now with a little bit of that.
And there's a difference between soda and tonic, correct?
Well, tonic is quinine. So originally, as a medicinal purpose, quinine was used. So look at how beautiful that is.
Wow.
You're going to garnish that with a lemon.
1 lemon.
And you're going to put a straw in it, obviously. And then, Mike, go ahead and give it a taste.
I'll taste that. You taste this.
Well, we'll taste both.
Well, let's do. Oh, you want me to taste both?
Yeah.
You have more straws.
I have more straws.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's
You like
good.
that?
Yeah.
You like
and this,
that?
Who makes your limoncello?
Dominic Mazzari.
I like that.
Yeah, I
2
like
in a
that.
row.
So I'm going to taste this because this looks.
That's legit. Okay, I'm gonna run in the straw.
So it's got it's sweet, it's a little bit sour,
bubbly.
It's got a touch of bitterness to it, and it's bubbly.
Yeah.
It's effervescent. So as this gets happier, you might want to muddle the strawberries, which means mash them down a little.
Yeah.
And mash them down.
That's awesome, isn't it?
So if we're out there by your favorite pool, or you're at your favorite swimming hole club, Wouldn't that be fantastic?
That would be fantastic. I wish somebody would make that for me at their swimming pool in the club.
I know.
All right.
Spritzers, to me, universally, they're just refreshing.
Wonderful. All right, we're going to have more from Pesto's Test Kitchen in a little while. Thank you so much.
Actually, Pesto's Test Bar today, don't
Test
you think?
Bar is the best.
Because we're at this historic bar behind us.
Be right back. Ooh, that was really good, really refreshing. I can't wait to see what he's going to come up with on the next segment. All right, now back to Lauren and our buddy Carl Angiuli. If you haven't seen them pop up, there's all sorts of satellite Angiuli's farm markets. I think there's 3 here in Trumbull County and 2 more in Mahoning County. But Lauren went behind the scenes to find a little more about plants.
I know what you're thinking. Nothing is quite as exciting as houseplants. Actually, they are pretty exciting out
Yes,
here.
they're
Carl
easy.
and Julie, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. They're easy, low maintenance, and they're the
They're the
very
rage.
popular. Yes.
This is the craze right now.
Right.
Everybody wants something to be able to bring the green on inside.
Yes.
And you guys have so many different options
Yeah.
because that's what people love.
Yeah, they like their succulents. They have, right there's a little chick charm you have there. We've got lots of those right now. They're easy. You can put them outside, put them in another planter, and they'll continue to grow and fill out. And then you can bring that little planter inside and put it by a window and keep it all winter long.
I think that's lovely. Now, what we're holding right here, I've never seen these in person. I've only heard about them online.
Air plants. It's the new thing. Well, it's not new. It's been around a long time, but it's very popular right now. We have them here on the farm. People like to take these and they'll put them in their offices, in their houses, and they put them in different types of glass. And all you do is just spritz it once a day or once every other day, and they'll continue to grow.
No roots, no
nothing.
It just
Nothing.
sort
No
of-
soil, nothing. They just continue to grow, and they are a little fun little plant to have that you can put anywhere.
That's really cool. They're really, really cool. I've never been able to hold one myself. Now, the reason that I wanted to talk to you about this today was because of this specific plant right here, because I don't think I've ever seen this in real life.
So this is you can use this outdoors in the shade or put it in your house by a window. This is Rainbow Wandering Jew. We have 3 or 4 colors. They're very low maintenance. It's also considered a succulent type plant. It's a house plant. You just, very little water. And the best part is once you are done enjoying it outside, and when it gets cold, you bring that baby inside, and it will just sit there and, grow real slow, and it will just give you lots of color.
Yeah, and a lot of
winter long.
personality, I feel like.
Yeah, they have their own personality.
They do.
Like this thing here. These are like a sedum in this container.
How fun.
And it's just wild. That's all there is
It's
to it.
wild.
But it has little flowers. It's got green flowers and little pinkish color ones with red foliage, and it's cool.
Really,
And then
really different things.
A lot of different ones. And then this one here, same thing. It's like little barnacles on there. But it's another succulent. You can put it outside now, and then in the wintertime you bring it in.
It looks like something that you would see in The Little Mermaid. It
Yes.
really does.
Or SpongeBob.
Yeah, or SpongeBob.
Yeah.
You can tell we have kids that are little
Yes.
still, and it's okay to bring the kids out here. I think learning hands-on and having
Hands-on.
somebody to be able to talk them through this. You guys are such a wealth of knowledge out here.
Yeah, we try. We like to keep people informed.
Is this your last little guy that you want to talk
That's the little
about?
last. That's chicken hens in a hanging basket. A lot of people love that, and it'll continue to trail when it makes little babies on it, and it's really cool.
Very, very neat stuff. All right, Carl, for people that have never visited you out here at the farm, give them the hours and where we're located. Super easy, right in Canfield, right?
Right, yeah, just south of town on State Route 46. We're open every day this time of year, 9 to 6, and then Sundays 9 to 5.
Very good, Carl. I like your air
Thank you.
plant.
Yeah. Cool.
That's a cool one.
It is, very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And in Julie's Farm Market, they have everything that you need and so many great fruits and vegetables and local meats and oh my gosh, the Italian foods. If you are Italian and you're looking for some different stuff, don't hesitate to go out to their market over there in Canfield. Thank you so much, always, Carl.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah, for sure. Fruits and veggies, that's what we do around here, don't we? Sounds good. All right, let's move it along. How about this little story about mac and cheese? Just when you thought mac and cheese was a comfort food, that's not really the case in Youngstown. People like it all the time, and a new restaurant has opened up in Canfield with some very familiar faces. Take a look.
About a year ago, we started off thinking about a new concept we wanted to bring to the area, and through that year, we stumbled upon different ideas, and this one tended to stick more than the other ones.
Chad Shauna Jr. and his proud papa have opened a new restaurant and a new concept in Canfield on Star Center Drive, the Mac House.
I think that this concept just has a lot of ability to grow, and we're bringing a lot of good food to the table for family, friends, everyone to come and enjoy.
It's pretty simple: gourmet mac and cheese and savory melts that tempt the palate.
There's singles and there's family style. The family style feeds about 4 people, and then we have single options of the mac and cheese or the grilled cheese.
One of the toughest things might have been finding the right mac and cheese sauce.
How much mac and cheese have you eaten in the last year?
More than maybe my entire life.
Through the last year, we had a lot of problems developing a cheese sauce that we thought would stick and that everyone would love. So we went through a lot of different versions, and we finally found the one. Literally 2 weeks before we opened, we finalized a recipe for the cheese sauce.
How many cheeses are in it?
Cheese sauce has about 3 cheeses in it, and then we have 5 different cheeses on our menu. This is the CBR. This is a fan favorite. Chicken bacon ranch, just the classic mac and cheese.
Yeah, and
we have the El Jefe here. It's our take on a Cuban. Both top sellers and one of the best on the menu, I believe.
Yeah.
The place just opened, and it's been a big success.
People are shocked because everyone thinks this is a chain, but it is locally owned, and we want people to think that you are all welcome. We wanted the space inside to feel warm and not cold and cut off. Mm-hmm. So I think this concept has the ability to bring people in, and the community seating kind of lets you talk to other people and get a grasp for other people who are around you. We have a ton of table spaces, and you can come. It's BYOB, so you can bring your own booze and just relax and have some time to just be yourself. So I think people just kind of like it because it is Youngstown. Everyone likes that full meal, and we do have the healthier options with good greens as well, and we have some appetizers and some lighter options with the mac and cheese and grilled cheese.
And the feel of family and friends is on full display. Chad and the staff are inviting you to be a part of it, and I just had to.
So we want people to be able to leave a mark. So we started off in the beginning with a couple people signing, and it just kind of stuck. So we want to fill up that wall with stickers, names, signatures, designs, and then eventually we're going to hit this back wall with all kinds of signatures as well.
The family signatures on that wall, and maybe your old record collection on this one.
So that was a lot of my dad. He grew up more in the time of the 80s and 90s than I did, so he loves the back, rustic rock and roll feel. So we kind of went with that and kept going.
Still going after all these years and all these restaurants. So,
what are you going to come up with next?
Who knows? Hey, stuff keeps coming, so can't slow down. And I think after all the past year, there's just so much more to come.
Can you imagine? Isn't that a great job? You get to be the person that tries out the mac and cheese sauce every day for a year until you figure out the perfect sauce. That's right up my alley. Nobody even asked me. Right up my alley. I had the CBR, chicken bacon ranch. Oh my gosh, was it good. Everybody at work really loved it. All right, when we come back, we're going to visit with Kelly Warren and talk more about swimming pools, why that might be a good idea or maybe a bad idea if you're buying and selling your home. More Valley Spotlight after this.
You heard it was a hit. You heard it was a smash. A wonder. A phenomenon. An international sensation. But you haven't heard them.
Salt Me is a company that produces products that are made out of Himalayan sea salt. I have a love affair with Himalayan sea salt. And as an ear, nose, and throat doctor, the most important thing for me is that the products are going to be effective and that they're going to be safe for patients. So I make products that help sinus conditions, and I make products that are going to be good for the skin and good for the body. And all of them are made of Himalayan sea salt.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Home Advantage with Kelly Warren. Here we are, summertime.
Summertime.
Get your shorts on,
yeah,
for heaven's sakes. We're ready for the pool. And we're by a gorgeous pool here in Canfield.
Yes.
And we've talked about pools in the past and things like that. So let's talk about pools. And the money question is always, does the home value go up if you have a gorgeous pool like this in the back? And the answer is?
A gorgeous pool like this, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do increase your value. Sometimes not dollar for dollar. You know, if you're putting in brick fire pits and eating areas and everything else, it can get quite costly.
Okay.
So sometimes you don't get that dollar for dollar reimbursement, but it does certainly add value to the home.
Okay.
Above ground pools, not as much. So just depending on what kind of pool you're going with and what the situation is. But man, I get that question all the time. Does a pool add value to my house?
I bet you do. So give me some pros and some cons. Let's start with the pros about having a pool. Other than your value going up, something else for people that, you know, that they might see when they start to look at houses.
So I feel like there's a good recreation value to our houses that people kind of forget about. You know, they think if I put in something, am I going to get that back out of it? But you know, if you went and joined your local swim club, you'd be spending money on that.
Absolutely.
And not getting anything back for it.
Right.
So the recreation value of having it and the convenience factor of it being in your home, in your yard, and you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to drive anywhere, you can send the kids out to play. Supervised, obviously.
Obviously. But yeah, it lowers the price of your vacations. Maybe you won't go on as many. The timetable is yours. You open it when you want. You close it when you want. You don't have to stop on Labor Day like a lot of places.
Yep, and you've got the convenience of if you want to be private people and just have your family at your house, great. If you like to entertain and want to invite people over every weekend, a pool's a great place to do that.
Right.
So it really lends to your lifestyle and it makes your home your own.
And you know, if you're putting in a pool right now, everything's backed up. You're lucky to get them sometimes by the end of the summer. All right, let's talk about some of the cons. What are some of the bad things? I'll be honest with you. I looked at a house with a pool when I first got married, and I was kind of against it because I was scared that my little kids, if I ever had them, would end up, you know, hurting themselves in the pool.
Sure. So those are the cons: cost and safety. So some people just do not want a pool for one reason or the other. It usually boils down to either of those. Either they feel like they're not going to use it, and so then it's not worth the cost of the maintenance and the upkeep and the chemicals and that kind of stuff. Or if you've got children or a different kind of lifestyle and you're thinking, you know, the safety wouldn't work for you, then of course then that's something to consider. And then I would just say buy a home that doesn't have a pool.
There you go. And a lot of people, if they have a pool, will tell you it's a lot of hard work too.
Yes, it can be, and if you enjoy that sort of thing, then the reward outweighs the risk and the work.
That's right. If you'd like to look at this property on Fox Den Trail, go to their website, which is
kellysoldit.com.
There you go, and then the phone number if they want to get a hold of you guys.
330-717-2689.
Hope you enjoyed this outdoor edition of Home Advantage. So there you go. I mean, you know, What might be great for your family might not be so great for your family, but always a factor when you're checking out a home. And the swimming pool, especially around here with the way everything's backed up, is, I think, a bonus right now, especially for home prices as they continue to go skyward. Lauren looks like she's in a pretty palatial estate. Let's send it back down to Florida and see what's going on with her.
Well, our resident historian, Sean Posey, caught up with this exhibit at the McDonough Museum that pays tribute to 3 local artists in such a wonderful way. Sean, thank you for this one. This is really, really magnificent.
Well, hi, I'm here today with Claudia Berlinski, who is the head of the McDonough Museum of Art. Claudia, you've got something really special going on here. Tell us a little bit about the installation here and the 3 artists you've chosen and how you went about choosing them.
Sure. So this exhibition in memoriam has 3 artists. Al Bright, as you can see by the painting behind me, is in this gallery. And we have Jack Carlton and Michael J. Walucius in the adjoining gallery. So we had, a few years ago they had the memorial service for Al Bright at the Butler Institute. And at that time I inquired about whether the Butler would be doing an exhibition of Al's work, and they said they didn't think so, but we would be welcome to borrow some pieces that they had in their collection. Al Bright, of course, was one of the founding members of the art department. He also was the first black professor on campus, and he started the Africana Studies program. Michael Walucius was a printmaking professor, and he taught printmaking, I think he taught photography, and possibly even painting. And then Jack Carlton also taught printmaking as well, and he's a bit of a local legend himself, as Al Bright is, and he taught printmaking alongside Michael, and then after Michael retired,
Jack was a sculptor, a painter, and a printmaker. And really, shortly after his death, I was approached by the museum here, the McDonough Museum, to put up an unframed print sale. Al and Jack knew each other at Kent. They were undergraduates together.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, yes. And so, interestingly, what is is featured in this exhibition of prints are his experiments. But I had a series that are proofs. They're proofs showing the process. And actually, some people value artists' proofs almost more than the finished print because it shows what they're thinking. They're showing rarely, in especially some of Jack's larger prints, is it one pull through the press. It's multiple pulls through the press. It's an overlay sometime of papers, all kinds of interesting things going on. One thing that we did talk about a lot regarding this unframed print show was to also allow people that knew Jack. And honestly, very few people who knew Jack didn't love him. And yet, it gives people a chance to own a piece of his work.
And if you're making plans to go out to the exhibit, it ends on July 24th, so keep that in mind. And truly something to see there. So many different kinds of artists that have really painted a beautiful picture for us. So Sean, thank you for that.
What a cool concept. And to get one of those proofs, how neat is that? I love art. That is just so cool to me. All right, speaking of artists, there are plenty coming to the Robbins Theater. Not too long ago, we went to a press conference there, and to hear more about some of the folks coming in the fall and the winter. And you're not going to believe some of the names. I mean, there's something for everybody, including what I think is one of the biggest, coolest stories to come to town in Wayne Newton.
Well, you know, to have Wayne Newton in town, to me, is incredible. Mr. Las Vegas in Warren, Ohio, to me, is huge. My phone was in the paper a little early today because I wanted Andy to do it because of print, and my phone on the way down here was just, how did you make that, all that kind of stuff, how can I get tickets? So, it's really cool. To me, it's cool. I mean, to me, he's probably one of the top 4 iconic performers ever in Las Vegas. You get the Rat Pack, maybe Siegfried and Roy, and then who do you got? You got Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas.
Oh, man, Notre Dame, right here. I mean, if you want to go to heaven, you better start rooting for Notre Dame, right? Rudy, that's so cool. And then Wayne Newton, too. I'm really jacked about that. I'm sure you better get your tickets fast. Go to robinstheater.com or check out their Facebook page or whatever. You need to get tickets quickly for those shows. All right, we are up for our next break. We are having some fun at the Grand Resort today for Valley Spotlight. And when we come back, we'll check in with Lauren and Mark in the test kitchen. We're going to find out more about those spritzers. Be right back.
Papa Canzonetta's peppers, recipe established in 1975. A family secret is now yours to share with the people who add spice to your life. Choose from mild and hot versions, plus our famous original blend too. They're the perfect punch for any dish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've got the recipes to prove it. Just follow us on Facebook, order online at papacans.com and pick your peck. papacans.com, order 6 jars or more and qualify for free shipping. We like it hot. We're glad you do too.
Budapest Cafe, home of Uncle Nick's Greek fried chicken.
Sunrise Inn, home of award-winning pizza.
Weston, Maine, come check out our poutine.
Mocha House Cafe and Eatery, the famous California cheesecake.
Charbonnet's Wine on the River, famous for our great wine and our charcuterie.
Jack's Steakhouse, famous for our cowboy ribeye.
Modern Methods, famous for our craft beer. Cheers to downtown Warren.
Heels is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza, Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight. I'm Lauren, and I am doing the show today from Fort Myers, Florida with my family. I think there are, how many of us down here? I think there were like 18 or 19 of us, Mike, but we're having a great time. I know you were just here a month or so ago, and I see why so many people from Youngstown like to come down here.
Well, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, I hope everything's going well with you. Stay safe and get home safely. We want everything to go just right, depending on what tropical storm comes next. Just be careful. All right, let's send it back into the test kitchen. We're going to head back downtown to Bistro 1907 right now. Modesto's Test Kitchen, Bistro 1907.
Test Bar today.
Cocina, or what's the Spanish word for it?
La Cocina.
La Cocina, here we are. Because we're going a little Mexican today. We have a south of the border flavor.
Well, you know
these
how much
next
I
two
love
drinks.
Mexico.
I do.
And the culture.
I do.
So,
I wish you would marry Mexico. If you weren't married, would you marry Mexico?
Sure.
Could I be in the wedding?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're making something that's very popular down there, but we're going to make a grown-up version of it. Agua fresca, that means water, sparkling water with some kind of fruit or vegetable puree. We are going to do watermelon agua fresca and cucumber agua fresca.
Okay. Did you juice these yourself?
I did juice these myself, personally.
At the juicer.
I got the juicer. Actually, you can either use a blender, a juicer, or I use what's called an immersion blender or a stick blender.
That thing.
Yep.
Okay,
Exactly. So why don't you frost our glass? Because you're so good at it.
Tell me about the froster again.
You know, from Thrill International, our friend John Miles over at Steelite, this is one of his toys, and my friend Robert Bartolomucci also sells these. So it's a great product. It sanitizes, deodorizes, and chills the glass down to about negative 78 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's really special.
Don't put your tongue on it.
Yes. So I'm going to start off, and again, it's really important when you're making these kind of cocktails because you want them to last. As you can see to the right of us, or the left on the camera, the ice cubes have not melted yet because alcohol burns the ice.
I'm glad you're doing
okay.
that. I'll hold that.
Okay. I'm going to actually put yours in there.
Good. All right.
Okay,
great.
nice.
A little mess here.
Little mess there. So go ahead. I'm going to pour first. We're going to use this. We're going to make the cucumber agua fresca.
Okay.
We are going to use this 21 seeds cucumber jalapeno infused tequila.
I like a drink that makes me thirsty.
I know, right? So we're going to give it a solid 4 count.
Okay.
You're going to pour over that amazing juice to about right there. Okay. Look at the color of that. Oh, you used it all. Put a couple cucumbers in there.
Okay.
Okay.
When you're making a drink, do you put like the heavier thing last? So
I like to put the puree in first, or the juice in first, then the alcohol. So a lot of people put the alcohol on top, so when you get that drink, you put your straw into it, and it's like, whoa. It's like an old bartender drink. So they short pour you, but they pour the alcohol on top. Short pour means they're not pouring as much alcohol. They short pour you, so it tastes like you're getting a lot of alcohol, but really the bottom of it's all mixer.
Gotcha.
So we're not going to do that because we love our friends.
That's right.
We love our friends, and we're just going to pour that beautiful sparkling water. And if you, in this one, you almost would want to use a sparkling mineral water because you have that minerality to it, and I think it would be really, really good. Now I'm going to make my watermelon agua fresca. So I'm going to pour some beautiful watermelon. And just because this isn't red, this was one of the sweeter watermelons I've had in a long time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to put in some Blanco tequila, and this is actually organic tequila from Tres Agaves. So again, a nice solid 4 count. Okay.
How many ounces is a 4 count?
4 counts about 2 ounces.
Okay.
So 2 ounces. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a stir because there's a little bit more pulp in this one. Okay, now I'm going to top it with the club soda, and then I'm going to garnish with some beautifully fresh
I don't think I've ever had a cucumber drink.
You never had a cucumber drink?
It tastes like cucumber.
Is it good?
Oh, there's a jalapeno.
There's the jalapeno.
Yeah, there it is.
So you might want to tell your guests that has a little spice. If you don't like the spice, just use a grate. I would either use Blanco, Reposado.
4 count, huh?
So I think we've learned that Mike is a 2 count kind of guy.
I'm more of a Mr. Tequila, okay?
See, I think that's wonderful. No, I think it's refreshing. I think it's light. Then you get a little bit of that on the back because of the jalapeno.
Okay.
This, not overly sweet.
No.
I would probably pull back to a 3 count on that because it does have a little bit of jalapeno.
See?
And who is the tequila king?
Yeah,
me.
right here.
So, but that is beautifully refreshing. Again, by the pool, at your favorite barbecue.
And it just looks good.
On Taco Tuesday.
Yes, of course.
Taco Tuesday.
Quickie break, and we're going to make 2 more, okay?
We are going to make 2 more, the final 2.
Be back at the test bar in a bit.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. I'm constantly asked by news sources how to best navigate today's real estate market. I call the brightest agents in the business to get their input. Hi, Kelly. What's going on in the Mahoney Valley area?
Hi, Barbara. The market in the Mahoning Valley has remained strong.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Sellers are enjoying the safety of the Guaranteed Sold program, and buyers and sellers love the 3D tour and the free moving truck.
Get the best advice from my friend Kelly Warren. Go to kellysoldit.com. Be safe and smart.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make.
Pets are part of the family, and at RC Compounding, their pharmacists make your pet a priority.
Pain management is a big one with animals, especially if they have cancer or like end of life. They're unable to take tablets or capsules, and we're able to customize it into a solution that an owner could administer pretty easily without, difficulty of having them swallow a tablet or capsule if they're not able to.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Back here in the Pesto's Test Kitchen, which is the test bar today. We've made
is.
spritzers today. A blood orange spritzer, a limoncello spritzer.
Correct.
A watermelon agua fresca.
Correct.
A cucumber agua fresca with jalapeno cucumber
Mike,
vodka.
your mental acuity and your ability to repeat
Isn't
and
it
know
refreshing?
and grasp the knowledge of the
drinks
information.
aren't just refreshing, but me listening to you is refreshing, isn't it?
I think we should go on the road with this.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna make two more. This is a wild berry
spritzer.
Okay, and then yours is what?
Mine is going to be a spice vanilla cherry spritzer.
Okay.
So look at these ice cubes, Mike. Aren't
I know. How'd you do that? How
I
do
did
people
that.
make
So
the big giant ice cube?
you know why? Because they don't melt. Because again, alcohol burns the ice. So what you do is you place fruit, mint, vegetables inside of these. You can use water that you've boiled, which will give you a lot clearer ice, and you just freeze them overnight, and then boom, look at that.
I did not know.
So why don't
Frost
we
away,
frost
right?
away,
All right.
frost away?
Get started.
Absolutely.
Does this ever run out of frost?
Oh yeah. We don't like it when it does.
And if your air conditioner goes down, you just take this.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Free on.
So we're gonna start building my cherry spritzer.
Okay.
And then Mike, if you just want to put a couple cubes in yours, brother.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off, I'm going to put some beautiful, now these are just not your average, ordinary, red, glowing cherries. These are what they call Tillin Farms cherries. They have a very, very special flavor. Cherries actually start off green, and then they boil them with HFC, high fructose corn syrup, water, and red food coloring. So go out, spend a little bit of extra money on a great cherry, and buy something like this, whether it's Bada Bing's, Tillin Farms, or whatever it is. I'm gonna take some of the juice that was in that beautiful cherry juice, pour it over my glass. Okay? I am gonna take some vanilla vodka. I'm gonna go a little lighter for you, Mike. We're just gonna do a 2 count.
Three olives.
And then, well, there's not a lot of vanilla vodka, so the
That's
3
a good
olives
one.
is great. And now we're gonna take some Amaro, which is an Italian aperitif, a bitter per se. It's got a little bit of spice to it, but not spice like heat, spice like nutmeg and clove to it. So we're gonna add a little bit of this to that. And then I'm gonna do one of those new favorite things that's out on the market. I'm gonna put some black cherry hard seltzer over the top of that.
And the hard seltzer, is it vodka in it? Or
some do have vodka, actually.
Yeah, I've seen the high
Some do
noons
have
have it.
vodka, so I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir, Michael.
Okay.
And you're going to start building yours.
All right,
okay?
go ahead. Mine's wild cherry.
So
or
we're just
wild
going to
berry.
use. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Really?
Yes, I trust you.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go.
5.
Okay, you're good now.
Okay.
You're good now. Now pour the wild berry seltzer over top of it.
This already has vodka in it, Mark. Why do I need?
Well, because we're going to double down.
Yeah.
It's like a bet when you go to the casino. We're just going to garnish this with a
take a
few of
chance.
these amazing cherries. That's already got the garnish in it. How beautiful does that look?
That's awesome.
That looks great. So go ahead and give it a taste.
All right, we'll do that. That's a good one. That's a sneaky one. You got to be careful there. Oh, I dig that.
Isn't
That's
that
really
good?
good. That's really different and fun.
Isn't it different and fun?
Yeah. Good job, man.
Oh, man. That's real good. That might
I
be a new
told you.
signature cocktail here.
I told you.
At
if you're
Bistro
coming here,
1907.
Ask for that. All right, my friend.
All right,
Good
well,
job in the
summer
test
is
kitchen.
fun. Summer is about having fun with your friends, whether it's by the pool, your backyard barbecuing. These drinks give you opportunities to do all different kinds of cultures of food.
This is wonderful. Thanks
Plus,
again.
cheers.
Cheers.
Here's the summer.
Happy summer. See, how good did that look? Man, that vanilla one was awesome. Let me tell you right now. I hope they put that on the menu. I think they're going to. All right, let's take our next break, our last break for the show, and find out more when we come back. And we kind of have a pool theme going. We're going to show you a great local company that covers them. Be right back with more Valley Spotlight after this.
A to Z Dependable Services now offers walk-in tubs and showers in as little as 1 day. Let us create a safer bathing experience in your bathroom or the shower of your dreams. Call A to Z Dependable Services today for a free estimate or visit us online at onlyatoz.com.
Compounding specializes in custom medications to meet your individual needs. Our staff can compound medications in unique dosage forms for everyone in your family, even your pets.
For us, we have standards, we have testing, we have personnel training. Everything, every single product that we dispense, we can assure that it meets all standards and above and beyond.
RC Compounding, we care about your health.
Welcome back to Valley Spotlight. I am so grateful that Mike is able to hold down the fort from Ohio while I spend some time with some family down here in Fort Myers, Florida, but we'll be home soon. So Mike, I'll send it back to you.
Yes, Lauren, thank you very much. Back here at the Grand Resort as we wrap things up on this edition of Valley Spotlight. But before we go, we wanted to talk more about pools and a local company that keeps growing and growing and growing because of the popularity of the swimming pool in people's houses and because they do such great work. Let me introduce you to GLI and what they do for your swimming pool.
I wanted to be president of something, to be honest with you. I remember telling my mother when I was little that by the time I was 30, I'd be president of a company.
Gary Crandall did that and more.
Yeah.
13 years ago, he had a decision to make. Leave the company he was helping to run and help another company and the people that worked for it.
We were down the street then, about 5 miles down the street, and had about 225 employees that were going to lose their jobs, and we couldn't see that happen. So I cut a deal with the public company, and we bought the division, and here we are.
Why not Youngstown? Why do we have to go to Chicago or Charlotte or Los Angeles to be a success story?
Right here in Youngstown. That's where you'll find GLI pool products. Crandall wouldn't have it any other way. They are the industry leader in making vinyl pool liners and safety covers. And chances are, if you have a pool, you're using this product, and for good reason.
We like to say that we bring families together and we keep them safe. We bring people together in their backyard. We keep those same families safe. We manufacture the safety covers that cover the pools, and we have videos of cars. Literally, people have a lot of video cameras these days in the backyard, a lot of security, and we have pictures of cars actually crashing onto one of our covers, and it will support a car, as an example.
But to get to this point, over 500,000 sales in 13 years, GLI had to reinvent itself. Gary and his team looked at Toyota for quicker, more efficient production, and soon they were able to make and ship a liner or cover in 72 hours, more than a month faster than the other competitors.
When it started out, our competitors said, well, it's a nice little boutique company with an unsustainable strategy. And we have, 13 years later, proved them wrong. As we've continued to grow, we've always maintained the 72 hours. It's really our edge. It's our DNA.
How do they do it? Well, look no further than the people in this room. 3 shifts running 6 days a week.
Our folks out there, 350 strong, they won't allow us to fail. I believe it's our advantage. The people, again, I think I said it before, but the people make it happen. We don't make it happen. We provide the opportunity, and just the wonderful staff that we have here, they make it happen.
Of course, state-of-the-art technology doesn't hurt. This machine is able to weld the vinyl together seamlessly. The patterns are new and fresh every year, And the time from measuring the pool to actually installing the product is lightning fast.
There's different ways of measuring those now with lasers and devices of that nature, and that technology is transferring over to swimming pools, and we're right on the cutting edge of all that.
So here they are, a once small company that the so-called experts said couldn't succeed. Now, GLI leads the way.
We started out 13 years ago, and we're probably in 20th position among competitors, and now we're first or second in every category. It's enjoyable to tell them I told you so.
You do say it.
We do. Plenty of competitors thought it would never work and probably thought we would implode, and they chose poorly. We've grown the company right through the Great Recession. We've had growth throughout that entire period. We've never had a year where we look back. So it's been a nice ride.
How neat was that? I think Lauren tipped me off on that, and I kind of stumbled upon it. I had no idea it was down there, and it was just really cool and really nice people too. So congratulations, Gary, and the whole company on all your success. All right, Lauren is near a pool, not getting wet today, but hanging out with us. Let's peek in one more time and see what's going on down in South Florida.
Well, I guess that wraps up this edition of Valley Spotlight. I appreciate everybody who, sends up such wonderful story ideas, and we're so glad to be back out there in the community. If you are wondering how to watch this, even if you're not in the Valley, you can do it pretty much anywhere. ValleySpotlight.com. You can download our Roku channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't be afraid to send those stories to family and friends who maybe aren't in the Youngstown area. Mike, I will send it back to you, and I know you've got some interest in this week's Retromercial, so I'll see you soon, okay, buddy?
Yes, safe travels, get back safely, and let's put together another show like this one, which I think was a heck of a lot of fun. I hope you at home enjoyed it as well. Special thanks to everybody, including our sponsors, Mark Canzonetta and Carl Angiuli and Kelly Warren. I don't want to forget anybody. Perfectly Plated and Steel Light is such a huge part of our success, so thank you. If you'd like to watch us, as she said, ValleySpotlight.com is a great place to go. You'll see our stories pop up intermittently on Facebook. That's always fun to watch too if you're bored at work or sitting at home or waiting for a ball game to start. I really enjoy that kind of thing. And I hope you had fun today on Valley Spotlight, and we'll see you next time at 4 o'clock. Now, before we go, we always finish with a Retromercial, and today it's Jenga. I know a lot of you play. Some people have the life-size ones at their house. I like to play it with the trash can. Like you just keep piling trash on there until somebody else takes it out. Trash can Jenga is one of my favorites. I've only won a couple of times, but it's not too bad. Have a great Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next time on Valley Spotlight.
Hey, Frank, what are you doing? Playing Jenga. Yeah, how do you play?
You take a piece from the bottom and you put it on the top.
Hello, Jenga. Jenga? Hello? What are you doing?
That's the way I picked my piece.
Frank, I'm a little worried. I'm worried about all of you.
Jenga. Jenga.
Let me try this. This Jenga stuff is simple if you know what you're doing.
Great going, Ted.
Okay, the night is young. Jenga, anyone?
Jenga. Once you touch it, you can't keep your hands off it.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube, and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.